What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski, and with me is my co-host, Matt Reed. Matt, how's it going? We've had like a month off. It's awful.
We got the microphones working. It took a second, but we're back at it. We're good to go.
We got it. You know, sometimes, when your stuff sits dormant for a couple minutes, you forget how to use it. Today we've got Harmony, Nadine, and Caesar from California-based pop punk band Arielview. Welcome to the show. How's it going? I pronounced all of that right, correct?
You did.
100% accurate. Yes.
Yeah. 5 stars.
5 stars. That's awesome. That's almost what my DoorDash is. That's what my DoorDash reviews is. I'm really good, and I take pride in my dashing. Matt's tried to get me to come DoorDash to him. He's like, just deliver me stuff. And I said, that'd be an incredible fee. That'd be a large delivery fee. It's a 2.5-hour drive to his house. So I'll take his money, though, if he wants to. I'll take it. I'll take that drive time. I'll listen to some podcasts.
Nothing I want more than cold Taco Bell and Pat Tarnowski.
That's fair. That's fair. So let's get right into it. You guys released your latest single, Constant Battle, back in October of 22. Tell us about the song. How's the response been for it?
It's been pretty good. This one was cool because it was kind of like we were able to do like something a little more spooky than usual. I feel like we never really done something like that. The music video is super spooky. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I think we all watched too much true crime and Jeffrey Dahmer, and then we were like, you know what would be awesome is if we made a really happy chill song and then just made a video that's the total opposite and gave it to the people, and we were like, yeah,
Love it.
but yeah, it's going really well. My mom doesn't get it, but that's okay. She doesn't get it. She's like, oh,
It's cute.
you should go to church.
Nice. I love that true crime stuff as well. I mean, it's just so intriguing. So what is like, so do you watch any true crime shows or listen to any podcasts, or how do you get your true crime?
Sometimes on the road, even with podcasts. Like, have you listened to Crime Junkie? That was good.
I haven't. I guess I haven't. I don't listen to a whole lot of true crime. I guess the most like, I like the last podcast on the left. That's
good. We've heard that one, right? Yeah.
They're a bunch of weirdos, and I like it.
Yeah. Crime Junkie. We listen to. I don't know why we do this to ourselves, but we listen to like the scariest things on the road in the rural country at night, and it's great. It's a great time.
That's the place to do it.
And we don't know where we are. But
there's a car behind us, has been there for an hour.
Sometimes it even helps us like stay awake.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the true motive. Yeah. It's just like, and then
absolutely.
That's the tour tip right there.
That's a tour tip. Scare yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I enjoy watching, like, I'm a big in more so like paranormal and like crypto stuff. I think like I definitely go more into that than the true crime, but I do enjoy a good true crime too.
Going off of your last single, Constant Battle, do you have any EPs or albums in the work that you can talk about, or are they just kind of currently releasing singles at this time?
Albums, we're thinking about it. We want to, and I think we need to at this point, because it's like we need to catch up with everyone else releasing albums and stuff. But we do have a single coming out called Joan. It's coming out 27th. Yeah.
This episode will go out on 2/6. So if you're listening to it on the day it releases, then go stream. What was the single going to be called?
Joan.
Like Joan of Arc.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Ding ding ding.
Nice.
It's pretty sick.
I'm nailing it today.
Of Constant Battle, so it's definitely not chill. It's pretty. It's in. Can I tell?
Let that be a surprise.
Well, I mean, you can like whatever you guys want to describe the song as, or let people know what the song's about. Like I said, this episode will be on February 6th. So the song will have been released at this point.
Oh, cool.
So feel free to let people know.
Awesome. Tell them.
Tell them. Tell us.
This,
us.
this song was particularly fun for me,
Okay.
just 'cause, well, here's a little bit of background behind, my like musical upbringing.
All right.
Growing up, I was always into like death metal and like hardcore,
Love it.
and that music has always revolved around like down tuning guitars and stuff like that. So with this song, it gave me the opportunity to kind of like play around with like different tones and I guess different keys and stuff like that. So in the breakdown in the song, we actually down tuned my bass down from standard tuning to drop C. So it
Okay.
gives a more, some balls in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's
And
gonna.
Awesome.
It's so awesome.
That's it.
Beefy.
I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it live, but it's in the song, so it's for
You
everybody.
just feel it and just go,
Exactly.
just get
Or
go
if
for
you
it.
to buy another bass, just it's time
Yep.
for a present, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
or just have another bass ready, have somebody ready to toss it to you.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Just like a stagehand next to me.
Yeah. Because we all have stagehands at this point, right? I mean, right?
Yeah.
All of us.
Maybe we need to hire just one person
Just
and
for
their
me.
job is to be like,
Yeah, their job is to like perfect pitch that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Practice it all day.
Yeah, just this is your job. You practice this, you be ready to hear standard to see.
Exactly.
you get bothered. Just
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows? One day, maybe, who
It will
knows?
happen. It will.
It will happen. Yes, there you go. Will it into existence. There you go.
Absolutely.
Just will it. So you guys released your last album independently on your own label, Velvet Sun Records, after previously being on Epitaph. Can you talk a little bit about the difference between working with Epitaph versus your own label?
I think there's I feel like the biggest difference would probably be like you have a lot more free range to do and release things that like when you want. Like working with a label, you kind of have to like there's like a whole plan behind everything, which obviously you got to plan. Even being in an independent label, you got to plan things, but it was just a lot more of like there are more deadlines. I feel like a lot of things are not fully in your control as much as they would be when you're in a independent label.
Yeah. When we released the first album with Epitaph, Until My Lungs Are Cleared, I think we went through at least two producers. We recorded that album, I think like technically 3 times, because we did a demo and then we had a producer and then we had another producer. So
And
it
so
was
you recorded the whole thing with 2 different producers?
yes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was just a lot of work a lot of tweaking, revamping, lots of back and forth, lots of cooks in the kitchen. But it came out great. Yeah. The finished product was with Joe Reinhardt. Really cool guy. Lots of fun. We learned a bunch of East Coast slang. It was like John. I remember the word, but I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Do you guys use that, John? No.
John, like bathroom?
No,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. I think it meant like that thing.
Like pass that John over here.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he was just fucking. I don't know.
I have never heard anyone say that. Now, I'm not saying like I know every single person on the East Coast, but I have never come across that.
Yeah.
My
yeah,
my hope is that he was just trolling you like super hard, and then you just like lived with it.
I really hope so.
Probably.
But we did it in the talkies for the first time.
Oh,
It changed his life. Do you guys like talkies? Do you have talkies?
We have
Like,
talkies.
yeah. Well, first off, before thinking about like the Chips Talkies,
Yeah, sorry.
my brain went to like the old old movies, you know, when they went from silent films to the talkies. And that for some reason that is immediately where my brain went, which was completely wrong. But I was
Ages here in Minnesota. We just recently got talking films.
Yeah, we just recently got the talkies. So no, I don't know about any of you, but I was introduced to talkies by that hit viral song Hot Cheetos and Talkies. If you haven't heard it, you need to like look it up immediately on YouTube. It is absolutely the best. And you will have that stuck in your head forever. Oh, you got it already?
Oh, no.
Hot Cheetos and Takis. Hot Cheetos and Takis.
Are these kids?
I think so.
Yeah, they are kids. And they are jazzed on their hot Cheetos and Takis because they can't get enough.
Jeez.
Oh my god, that's
All right.
so funny.
That's enough.
I can't get enough of my hot Cheetos and Takis.
You're getting messed up.
You're welcome. You're welcome for showing that to you.
You have to put an excerpt on the screen.
Oh, you guys are complete now, though. Podcast is done. Yeah.
That was his whole thing.
That was the whole thing was to somehow segue into that. But that's it.
Because I don't know, because we were talking about the album. Back to your question.
Oh yeah, that.
What was I saying?
We were talking
about the
Okay, basically Epitaph was cool, it was great, but there's a lot of people involved, and this time it was just me and Harm, and she was like, you think we should do this? And I was like, yeah, and then we did it and it came out great.
Was that weird going from like so many cooks in the kitchen to just the two of you and just being like, oh,
It was a little overwhelming.
we're good?
Yeah, it was, but I would say it was, like, in hindsight, it was really good that we went through all of that stuff, because then we knew like structure.
Yeah.
We knew like we need this and this and this, and this is how you track a song, and you do this first, and by that time you had like a really solid understanding of like Pro Tools and recording, microphone placement.
Absolutely. One of the things that we've discussed on many episodes of this podcast, though, is the fact that it is important, and I definitely feel that if you have the opportunity, you should work with a producer when you can. It's great to have that outside perspective, because a lot of us get stuck into this like mindset of thinking, I wrote this song, this is the way it has to be, and nobody should touch my song. But the working with the producer, you know, their job is to make the best out of that song. That is what their whole goal is. So they're not going into changing your song to make it theirs. It's to whatever is best for the song. And so, you know, anytime if you're able to work with a producer, it's always good to get that third party perspective.
That's probably the one thing that like we really miss. Like, and I feel like, I don't know, like, not took for granted, but like, dang, I wish we could have that now. Like being on an independent like startup label, because it's like outside perspective. Yeah. Well, what's cool now is because with Bury My Head, the one that Harmony and I did, basically just the two of us. That's kind of like a little time capsule of like what we did as a duo. The next song, new song, which will technically be out when this is out, Joan has The Great Mind of Caesar.
Nice.
And our other guitarist AJ is on there, so we're kind of like melding this big old awesome 4-piece new Ariel View identity.
Heck yeah, get a good group collaboration in there.
Exactly.
Now you got more cooks in the kitchen. Now you're ready.
I think
Just enough cooks in the kitchen.
Just enough cooks in the kitchen.
Y'all got your start playing backyard shows in the early days of Ariel View. Do you think those early shows still drive some of your sound today?
I think so, because we definitely love just like writing songs that force the audience to interact with us. So sometimes we'll even write parts in songs where it's like meant for
Jumping.
or the audience to like, sing along to a specific part. But I definitely think so.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're able to get that crowd participation, though it's not always the easiest part of the live performance, but it is one of the most rewarding parts. So as of this recording this podcast, you are about to embark on a West Coast tour. What types of things do you do to get ready for tour?
Oh man, we all go on a diet. No, I'm just kidding. We all travel in our band van, which is a minivan. So we have to load and practice loading like Tetris.
Yeah.
In there. It's really great. Practice a lot.
We'll do all of our merch.
We do all of our merch. We have a screen printing thing. Harm does all of our merchandise. It's
wow.
Really
Wow.
we're a one-stop shop over here.
Love it.
We have vinyl, we have CDs, we have stickers, we have patches, we have other things. What else do we have? Posters. So we make all of our merch, we practice, we pack, we kiss our dogs goodbye.
Yeah. Other than that, we kind of just go like we dive in the deep end a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you all have like a pre-show ritual that you do while you're on tour to get yourself in that mindset that we're about to play a show?
Not at the moment, but we need to.
I think we individually have like our own thing.
Okay.
Like, me and Nadine were talking about like doing more stretches before we go on stage, just because it is that harsh on our bodies.
Yeah.
But what I used to do, I used to take a shot before every show, and at one point it got pretty bad, and I was kind of being a little dummy at one of our shows, and now every time I think about drinking before like going on stage, I just think about that moment. I'm just like, no, that's enough.
I feel like we've all been there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like we've all had that
Please.
that night.
You get one time.
Yeah.
One time. You can always mess up
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
I can understand the shot before a show, especially like sometimes it helps like loosen you up, get you ready. Because I don't know about you, but when I perform and stuff, I usually am pretty anxious about it. Like no matter if there's 5 people, 500 people, I'm about the same amount of anxious usually. I don't love talking in front of people, which is weird that I do what I do. But yeah, I mean, I used to do that every once in a while to like just like get goofy, get ready to say weird things and try and make people laugh. So currently I'm just taking shots of water now. So this it's a big old thing of water though. Shit. Got that for Christmas.
Oh, nice, man.
I still got to sticker it up.
I
For
feel
the
like-
I was just gonna say, just for the listeners, that's just a water bottle. That's all it was. Your turn. Sorry. You were gonna say something.
Oh, we were saying that we'll send you some stickers so you can plaster it on your.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, love stickers. I'll also put it on if you guys haven't seen. In the office area, we also have a punk rock microwave. The microwave is completely like full of stickers, and we made like a mohawk that sits on top of it.
Oh,
That
no
is
way!
so
That sounds sick.
It's pretty fun.
Nice.
With this being the new year, we're recording this on January 2nd. Looking back at 2022, what were some of your biggest successes, either for the band or personally, and what are some of your goals in going into the new year?
Biggest thing that we did last year, we went on our longest tour last year, which is freaking awesome. We did a 6-week tour, Midwest, West Coast-ish tour. We
Nice.
started in San Diego, drove pretty much all the way out to Dallas, and then back up and west.
Mm-hmm.
So we went like
Northwest.
Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, all the way to the top, Oregon, and then all the way back down. That was sick.
Mhm.
That was
really
awesome. Got a lot of tour life exposure. What would you call it? Road exposure.
Mhm.
Lots of time on the road. Sorry. And that was good.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else did we do?
When did I go? When did I go on stage with him?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
was that last year? Or was it 2 years ago?
I would think that was last year.
No, it was 2 years ago because that was
Wow.
the inspiration to go on tour and
Yeah.
do the covers while we were on the road.
That was probably like a highlight of my personal life though. That I got to go on stage with Green Day.
Oh wow.
But other than that, I think probably Temporary getting pretty big, like on Spotify and stuff.
Yeah. One of the singles we released last year, Temporary. It got on a few
Editorial playlist, right?
playlists, like a Spotify playlist, and that blew up.
That's
Just-
exciting.
It was
Yeah.
super cool, but it was also really funny because it was like our chillest song on the album.
It's funny
Sure.
because the
No.
songs that you don't expect to get like more exposure than the others, like yeah.
It blew
It's a-
up a little, so we were like, "Yay, this one!" Yeah, that was super cool. I think that was like that. Those are the peak things that we did last year.
Mhm.
This year, I think we're just focusing on getting back on the road. We're gonna go up into the mountains next week. We're hitting the road. We're driving north into Seattle, so pray for us. We're getting chains. Gotta buy chains for the car. It's gonna be great. And
What
you
other
know,
things are we looking forward to this year?
the album coming out, rocking out, going viral on TikTok. I don't know.
These are good goals. Good
Yeah.
goals.
Connecting with the youth.
Yeah. Oh, I attempt to do that all the time and it doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I guess, especially like what was that? I had a couple videos that went viral on TikTok, but they were all like you remember this type stuff. There was never like anything of like actual substance. I think like our biggest one was like, do you remember when Real Big Fish did a Rice Krispies commercial? And showed the like clip of the commercial. I was like, cool. Come back and see what else we do, please.
Please.
So we got one more question before we go to a quick break for our sponsor. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting out, what would it be?
Probably practice as much as you can and play any show that you can, like to get as much exposure as you can, because you know it doesn't really matter if there's one or like 500 people there. You play the best you can because you never know who's gonna be there, and you tell me that sometimes.
Oh yeah, I did tell you that once.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. 100%. I mean, at least from what I'm understanding from it, is one of the things that a lot of artists do struggle with playing shows is, you know, put on the best show you possibly can, no matter how many people are there. I mean, because the thing is, you know, what I said earlier, even if there's 5 people or 500 people, those 5 people paid to see you. Yeah, they didn't pay to see you not care.
Yeah.
They paid to see you. And you know, so put on your show, put on your best show, because if those 5 people thought you were really fucking awesome, well, maybe those 5 people will bring 5 people next time, and now you've upped your show. You know, if you go on and don't care and don't perform well, those 5 people aren't gonna come back.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about growing your community, and you know, your fan base is your community. You know, the people you care about. So, you know, give them what they came for. Hang out with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big thing. Like, if you're gonna be in a band and if you're gonna talk to people, like the best thing to obviously not be an asshole and just
Right.
like friends with everyone.
Mhm.
So, which means obviously supporting your fellow friends, your other fellow bands, like going to their shows, buying merch, supporting the scene,
Mhm.
and just being a part of a wholesome community, just basically becoming a whole family. So definitely go out there, meet new people. Don't be an asshole. That's my biggest advice.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
And to piggyback off of that, another thing is if you, watch the other bands play.
Yes.
Watch
What?
the other bands. You're not cooler. No one is. Like, watch the other bands. You know, I mean, and it's cool. Like, if you just got off, you got to take a breather, you got to go outside. That's cool. But come in for some of it. Watch it. Watch them, you know, because half the time they watched you, especially if, like, you are a more established act. Like, a lot of the openers will watch you and be excited to watch you. And then they're hoping that you'll watch them too.
Yeah,
We've
definitely.
even had shows where literally like the people that were in the crowd were all the bands playing that night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Exactly.
But we've learned from a long time ago, like
We've been there.
always watch
Yeah.
always watch our like the people that are playing with us or the bands that are playing with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So as soon as we're done loading, we're back up there like,
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. And that's how you grow your community.
Mhm.
yeah.
Small steps. Okay, and with that, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor. We'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code UNSIGNEDPOPPUNK, you're going to save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code UNSIGNEDPOPPUNK to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man.
And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We are hopping into my favorite segment, and I am sure it's your favorite segment too. I know it's Pat's favorite segment. I know it's going to be Ariel View's favorite segment. I know it's going to be Bob, who's listening right
I
now.
have a friend named Bob.
Well,
I'll bet he
be
might listen.
He
might
better listen because I'm
And-
now giving him a shout out. Thank you, Pat's friend Bob, for listening.
I,
time for the
I
food
hope
for
he
thought.
just. I hope he does and texts me and like, dude, you showed me out.
Bob, this
Matt-
one's for you. This segment's for you, Bob. This is our food for thought segment where we talk about food questions.
With that, let's start with a classic question. So it's 1 a.m. You just finished your show, and it's time for that glorious Taco Bell. What's the order?
Oh, dude.
Taco Bell.
Don't get me started on this, bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
Do it.
The order is always a 5-layer burrito.
Mhm.
It's gonna be 2 chicken chalupas, a Baja Blast freeze. You can't forget the cinnamon twist.
He's ready. Like,
For the last one, it's gonna be a Crunch Wrap Supreme.
okay.
All right.
Contrapt's
That's just for me. Okay.
I do got a
That's-
question before the next one goes though. With that 5-layer burrito, do you get it grilled?
Worse.
Okay, good. Well, people don't know about that option on the Taco Bell app that you could scroll down to the bottom and they say grill it. That's the insider tip.
I'm pretty like basic. I like the 2 tacos and yeah.
Chicken
If,
peanut cheese.
I feel like we wouldn't even be at Taco Bell because
we'll be at McDonald's.
well, no, they have the French fries, the crinkle cut fries. So I would get my 2 tacos, French fries, and a Coke.
That's good. That's good.
What's the question? Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I get the Crunch Wrap Supreme.
You always get that one, yeah.
Remember the commercial when it first came out? Crunch Wrap Supreme? 'Cause
I
it's-
don't actually.
Go. Nobody remembers that.
Oh
It was-
man, I'll have to look it up though. Honestly, I kind of forget about the Crunch Wrap, and that's a little blasphemous.
You-
But I always get those bell boxes. That's my downfall. Anytime there's a bell box, I'm like, oh, you're gonna give me like 6 pounds of food for $5? That's what I want. Whatever's in it, that's what I want. Especially that have any of you tried that was it the grilled cheese burrito with just like that thing of cheese just on top of the burrito? Not like, not squeezy cheese, but it's very greasy.
I'll get it for you. I'll try it.
Will you?
Oh no, don't do it. It's gross.
No, it's not good.
No, it's good. I liked it.
Not good. It's gross.
Yeah, but the thing is there's really no way of eating it without like gripping the cheese because it's a burrito. You gotta like just grip the cheese.
That audio out of context.
Yeah, just grip the cheese.
Grip it.
Grip it. How do you grip your cheese? There we go.
Our next shirt, just say how do you grip your cheese?
Yeah, how you grip your cheese.
You guys can have that too if you like.
Yeah, you guys can make that shirt if you want.
You're gonna make it before we ever have around to design it. All right, next question. So, we are opening a restaurant called Ariel View. I don't know why we're opening one called, but and you're creating that menu. Your signature dish is also called Ariel View. We're on brand.
Yeah, we're on brand.
Menu item. What is the Ariel View signature dish?
Tacos.
But
why? Just Taco Bell like taquitos from like down the street.
But why?
So it's a Mexican
It's a
restaurant.
Mexican.
Okay.
Oh, because we're all brown.
Wait, your signature dish is you're gonna go to someone else's restaurant and take their taquitos.
That's your signature dish. Theft is your signature dish.
Street tacos down the street.
You're just like, there's street tacos down the street. Just go there. Don't come here. Go there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
It's
have
bad business.
taquitos.
Yeah, tacos.
Taquitos.
Yeah.
What kind?
Asada.
Oh, of
All right.
course. All right.
All right.
And then it's Ariel View, so you have to get cheese and then do this.
Oh,
It's got to be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the end, and then it'll be 95. But you get a
Damn.
good amount.
How much was it?
$95.
That's a little pricey.
It's
What the hell?
California, dude.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's gonna be a good taco.
like taquito.
Good taquito.
How say it again?
Taquito.
Are we saying it? Is our Minnesota accents coming out? Taquito.
Hey, it's a taquito, eh?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
We're gonna have taquitos. They're gonna be delicious.
Taquitos.
Taquitos. I got them
Taquitos.
in my freezer. They're not from down the street, but they're from the grocery store.
The
And that-
frozen kind.
We get the frozen kind.
Fancy.
I don't remember. It's
You're a-
chicken something. They
You're
got beans
bougie,
in it.
man. You're bougie.
They were on sale. $5 off.
Wow. That's a good deal.
It was a-
$5 off. Holy smokes. Okay, next question. Coffee is almost as pop punk as pizza and tacos. With that being said, how do you take your coffee?
I don't drink coffee anymore, unfortunately.
Because he's dumb.
How
No.
did you take your coffee?
Just simple, just sugar and cream. Nothing crazy.
Um,
These two are the professional ones. Like they're the
Ooh.
coffee connoisseurs.
kind of.
I need coffee to function.
You probably drink the strongest coffee. Like you have like Americanos and stuff.
If it's coffee and I need it, it's good. And I'll take it that way. I'm grateful.
That way, however way.
Preferably a latte, hot latte. That's my go-to order. Harmony makes good lattes at home. They're pretty great, and they're free. And if it's free, it's for me, and it's full of love.
Can't forget that.
Can't forget the love. And but I go for a really good, strong gas station coffee. So I don't discriminate. Harmony.
I always usually take my coffee iced, and it could be like a regular coffee or a latte. But even if it's like so cold outside, I'll always just get it iced.
You do get iced, and it's freezing.
I don't know why. I
Fucking
just
nuts,
can't drink
dude.
it any other way.
I can understand that because it just tastes good that way.
does. Yeah, I'm with you. Good iced coffee can't be beat.
Oh yeah, seriously.
So you guys said
So
it was
I'm
like
saying.
it was like 20 something degrees where you're at.
Yeah.
It's below freezing. So what happens if you take an iced coffee outside right now?
It's not cold enough currently to freeze, but once it gets cold enough, you can put like boiling water outside and it'll turn instantly to snow.
Yeah, it doesn't like, but I mean, the fact that it is below freezing, but that's like, that means that like it can freeze
If you
in
leave it.
time. But like, I mean, I take my drinks to the car and stuff. I had to bring this from my house out to the office. So I mean, it doesn't affect it very much unless it were to be outside for an extended period of time.
So you're supposed to lie to us because we don't know.
Well, come when it's like -20. That's when it's more fun. It won't freeze instantly, but you'll freeze instantly.
Oh yeah. It was like, what I'd say, it was like negative with the wind chill. Okay, so Matt, it was like -40, I think, a couple weeks ago.
But it was that day. It was still like -16 actual temperature.
Yeah. The normal temperature was still like high negative teens.
Can't even imagine what that feels like.
Cold.
It's cold.
Oh,
Just I mean, no, like for really, it's like, it's just cold. It hurts. Like it will like start to hurt pretty quickly.
Your beard starts to freeze, and I know.
Oh yeah. This is what happens like if you have a beard and you have to like shovel. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that. That's insane, huh?
Made you look like a grandpa.
I look like Santa Claus. That's my goal someday. Santa Claus.
Nice.
That's the goal, one day it'd be punk rock Santa.
that's a cool song name.
Punk rock Santa.
Songs are a hit if you want to write one for next year.
Yeah, next year will be our a Pop Punk Christmas Volume 3, so compilations every year. Christmas
Nice.
comps. All right, that is the end of our food for thought segment. All we have left is our rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
All you're gonna do, you're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip. This is where friendships get tested. Okay, so it's pretty much an either or, and each of you is gonna make your decisions. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Ugh,
Mountain Dew.
no. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
That's fair. That's fair. On the season premiere, some turkey said Mellow Yellow. It almost caused conflict right there. First question. It almost started fist fighting. Didn't happen. Fist fighting didn't happen. Horror or comedy movies?
Horror.
Man, you guys are all on it. This one is not an either or, just a general question. Do any of you still listen to radio stations, just standard radio stations?
I do. Yeah.
Not me.
No? Always on Spotify.
98.7, right?
What's that one?
98.7 or 89.7?
No, 98.7.
98.7.
Yeah.
It's like
What is it? Oldies?
oh, dude.
Wait, say it again. Let them hear you.
It's 98.7. I'm pretty sure it's KCal Rocks.
Say what you
KCal.
said?
KCal Rocks.
KCal rocks.
The way it cut out for a second for me. It cut out for a second. I thought you said show tunes. A radio station that listens to show tunes all day long.
I have friends that 100% would listen to a fucking show tunes radio like
Is it your
station
friend Bob?
if there was one, huh?
Is it your friend Bob?
It's not Bob.
Sorry, Bob. I know
It's
you're
not Bob.
listening.
Okay. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
Oh.
Cartoon Network.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but what did you grow up on?
SpongeBob? Or like the Powerpuff Girls?
We were too young for Cartoon Network.
Or like
What do you mean?
Courage?
I was on that. Just well, maybe you weren't, but I was.
Network.
I was on that Courage, man.
Courage.
Invader Zim. Cartoon Network? No. Nickelodeon.
Invader Zim was Nickelodeon.
Damn.
Bye.
Next question.
I
Sorry, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly. Okay. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Regular.
Thin crust.
Thin.
Thin crust.
You guys have
Nice.
Blaze out there?
Do we have what?
Please.
Blaze?
Pizza place.
No.
Yes.
Do we? Minneapolis might.
Yeah, it's down in the cities. I love Blaze Pizza.
I've never had it. Sorry, there's like a there's like a moment where like if it's not silent, your voice won't come through. So that's why I'm like, excuse me, what?
Okay.
That's
yeah.
just his brain processing it for a second.
Yeah, no, it's I'm not slow to process it. Is just half the time. Oh, not half the time. There are just times when it's not coming through, and I'm like, well, I want to hear it. What? This next one. This one's super important. This is probably my most important question. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Tara Reid. Tara Reid.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
don't know who Tara Reid
Who's
is.
Tara Reid?
Oh,
Tara Reid from American Pie.
We're not that old.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
is she the
it's
one
still a classic movie.
that's at Bandcamp? The one team at Bandcamp girl?
No.
oh, she's the blonde
Tara
one.
Reid is the blonde girl. She's also in Sharknado.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Next question.
Next question. Okay, we have 2 rapid fire questions left. This one is Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Ooh,
Newfound Glory.
I'm gonna do MXPX just because
Nice.
I've way more than Newfound Glory.
That's all good. They're both good. Both are solid. Okay, the last one. This is just testing your jingles knowledge. Can you, one of you, sing us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
That's all you,
Let's
dog.
do it together.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 4. Oh.
Wow! You did it. That's it. You did it. You finished the podcast. I'm really proud of you for all being able to sing the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle. So now's your chance. Let everybody know what you've got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Okay, so new song coming out. It's called Joan for Joan of Arc, releasing January 27th, which is in the past now. If you're listening to this, it's really great. You're late. Go do that. We're going on tour all the way up the West Coast to Vancouver, Canada, and coming back down. Gonna make a lot of friends, play a lot of shows. Come out to that stuff. Find all of our other awesome videos on the YouTube. We've got singles and albums and merch on Spotify, Bandcamp. We're on Instagram. we're on the
main
TikTok.
one.
We our cool people will DM you if you are into that.
We'll slide into your DMs.
Respect-
Slide into our DMs. We'll respond with slides.
We'll do the cha-cha
That was
slide.
awful. Yeah.
And yeah. 2023. We're here. We made it. Woo! So far, so good. Day 2 right now. No one's dead yet. So it's going
Good
great.
start, man. Good start.
Yeah, that's all I got. We're Ariel View. Hell yeah.
Love it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this hour. It was a lot of fun. It was really great getting to know you. This has been an episode, a newest thingy podcast. Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. That was a good fumble. We'll see you next week.